I need some water. Oh, fuck that game. No, not Ash. Not Ash tapping me one time, and as soon as I get tapped, literally like 0.3 seconds later, Onron comes in and fucking does her stupid hit everybody in a circle move and I insta-die. Whatever. Oh. Overwatch. You know Overwatch has this stupid thing where if you get hit, you take 30% reduced healing. Why? Like, what for what? Why? Like, why? Oh my. Oh, hello, hi. So whoever remembers what happened last time, because I do. Let me tell you what fucking happened last time. So last time we did some investigative work because we needed to find out if the tea had the poison in it, right? Because we saw here, do you see that over there? We think that liquid or one of these soaps has tea in it, and that tea will determine whether or not there was poison in it, okay? Right? Gotcha, got it. Okay. This man, William Shamspeare, is a fucking liar. He's been stealing gas by using ice coins that he makes from soap to put into the gas dispenser to get free gas, right? Okay, so we think that he used the liquid from the tea that Soseki gave him to make one of his little ice cubes from the bar of soap to put inside the gas meter. Okay, right, all right. And we were learning some more information. We went to go see Miss Green in the hospital, okay? She's the one who got stabbed, okay? She got stabbed because somebody accidentally threw a knife out the window and she got stabbed by it, okay? In that room, she was drawing a picture of somebody that looked like this, okay? This person is named Duncan Ross. So Duncan Ross and Miss Green, okay, were dating, all right? We think that they were dating. For whatever reason, this man had this picture and had this information about some dude in prison under his floorboards. Now, why would he do that? Doesn't make any sense, right? It's kind of strange. It kind of doesn't make any fucking sense. What's going on with that? Miss Lady here, by the way, tried to kill herself. She tried to kill herself by drinking some sort of like nasty liquid. There was a rat that was hanging around in the hospital room, and then there was a liquid in her hand or whatever. There was some bottle in her hand and she dropped it because we walked in on her. And then the rat drunk the liquid, and then the rat died like less than a minute later. So she tried to kill herself because she, I guess, was really distraught about the fact that she got stabbed and the love of her life had passed away, okay, because of gas poisoning. Why would there be gas poisoning, by the way? What's the situation about this guy who is thought to be stealing gas? Okay, why is it that two people in the house or in that apartment have died from gas poisoning? These two are onto something. She is the wife of the owner of the gas company, and this guy has been inspecting him because he's been doing some shady shit. Maybe the reason why all this shadiness has been happening is because he's been using all that gas to kill people, because he really wants access to the room that this guy was staying in. Because maybe, see here in this document here, it says here that this dude was a burglar or whatever. He had a bunch of like treasure or something. He had loot. And the idea I'm thinking is that the loot is in that guy's room, which is why he tried to gas him out and kill him so he could get access to the room. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. There was also a letter that was addressed to Ms. Green that was talking about, oh, if you come to this location on this day, I'll tell you all about your fiance or whatever, your fiance. And then she was on her way there, but then she got stabbed. So why is it that the other half of the envelope that she had was found in Mr. Shamspeare's room? What's going on with that? Right? Doesn't make any sense. So honestly, Mr. Shamspeare is gonna fucking die, all right? We're gonna fucking kill him, all right? This is it then, Mr. Naruto. It's time to put an end to this now. To the miserable curse that's been plaguing Mr. Natsume, to everything. And in my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you. I always appreciate your help, Mr. Sato. Suffering Soseki selfishly sidelined. Oh. Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, student Mr. Naruto Esquire. Listen to you two, chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here. Why would you do that? Why? Oh dear. We didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you find your eyes shut so tightly, you were meditating, finding your inner calm. It seemed wrong to disturb you. I was waiting. What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different today somehow. Why, naturally, that's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own death, or such like. That's the sort of morning conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my eyes shut. I missed the signs, I'm afraid, somehow. You'll have to forgive me. And you mustn't talk of your path leading to you to death, Mr. Natsume. That was just an example. Oh, yes there is. Or yes it is. Inner calm. You barely came to see me at all yesterday. I was sure you abandoned me and returned to our beautiful long-lost homeland. Okay, Scott, okay, so I had a dentist appointment today. So honestly, I was gonna stream, but then when I was done fucking around, I saw that I had 3 hours left, and I could have did an early stream, but I don't know, I didn't really want to miss the appointment, so I just didn't. But then I did my appointment, and my teeth are cleaned. It was funny. He was like, I have 2 different flavors of fluoride here, okay? I have I have Tutti Frutti Strawberry Bubblegum Goo Goo Gaga Baby flavor or mint. And I said, I'm gonna go to Tutti Frutti Strawberry Bubblegum Baby Goo Goo Gaga flavor. He's like, good choice. Thank you. Yes, well, anyway, I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth. I actually reached an important decision myself. Oh, what sort of decision? I shall fill you in after the trial. Okay. It would seem Mr. Sholmes isn't coming today after all. It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits. It's a very clear message, I think. That he's overslept again. Oh, Daddy went with the Tutti Frutti one. Oh, stop it! No. Ah! Daddy that picked the Tutti Frutti strawberry flavor and then plays Mercy. And Overwatch. You're right, exactly. The great detective, my arch nemesis. Long may he stay away, if you ask me. Defendant and your legal representative, the trial is about to begin. Get the fuck in the courtroom immediately. Today, once again, we will face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Soseki-san's curse. The truth is hidden here somewhere, and I won't let it escape me. I have to keep believing in my client, and keep fighting to the very end. That's all! Like, that's what I was fucking saying. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. Yes, the defense is ready. Very good. And now I call upon... I skipped it. The 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury. chosen by lot to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed? Absolutely. Justice will be done. You mark my words. I feel obliged to say I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat is sitting just right. Oh, well, I wonder if you could just adjust my hat for me. And yes, please be as ruthless as you like. Thieves deserve to die, if you ask me. Especially gas thieves. I have no sympathy for the man at all. Look, I said it yesterday and I'll say it again now. I don't have time for this. I got my own problems. Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here and may and lead his flock to the righteous verdict again today. Again, he was not this religious the last time we saw him here. I don't know why. Like, we raise our hands in the sanctuary. Wait, like, what's going on? Hold on. To give you the praise. Yes, Lord, for the rest of our days. And we will praise you for the rest of our days. Now, Lord Van Zieks, what can you tell us? The prosecution's report, please, for the court. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday regarding the defendant's tea. So, he does have the results. There was poison in it, that wasn't there. Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the blackguard in the dock, pray allow me a moment to savor a liquid of a more sanguine hue. In fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar of soap just outside the victim's window in the snow, and there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid and a little depression on the top of it. Yes, that's the tea. Stop, we need to find it. Where is it at? Oh, here's the tea. The investigators when they got to the apartment. Anyway, so that's what Mr. Natsume brought with him that night. Well, the brains at the yards analyzed it, and yes, you were right. It was tea. And there wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substance in it. No poison at all? In other words, the tea that the defendant brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear. What a revelation. What else is there? I'm assuming they found something else, though. Otherwise, he would be acquitted. As I suspected. This makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume, is blameless. Oh. My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. A typical Nipponese reaction. What? Yes, it's true. No poison was found in the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap at the window ledge. But what logic is that? Would you take a drop of the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty? My word. The water in the ocean is extremely salty, Counsel. Exactly. Unfit for drinking, just as the victim's tea was on the night in question. As the court has already heard, bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shamspeare, whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand. Thank God. Van Zieks, objection. I'm gonna say something racist. Like, nobody, and nobody says anything? Like, seriously, like... Objection! Your Honor, I mean, listen, I know it's getting kind of urban in these parts, right? I know the defense knows how to get down, but this is a court of law, okay? So we're gonna bring things back to reality here, okay? Like, Jesus. Right, yes, Your Honor, right, we are in the court of law, not the club of law, right? Okay, right, exactly. So I will proceed with my evidence. Anyway, I will uphold the prosecution's request. Mr. Shamspear. Yes, it sounds like we're going to have another confrontation with our theatrical friend. Bailiff, show Mr. Shamspear to the stand. We're going to kill you, big dog. You know that? Mr. William Shamspear, the victim of this despicable crime. Oh, heaven, oh, hell, do you command me to remember? Forsooth, 'twas I, Shamspear, did have a bellyful of the foul liquid given in mine innocent. Yes, but as was revealed in yesterday's proceedings, the witness is not as innocent as we had perhaps first been led to believe. By using bars of soap such as this, he has been stealing gas from the supply company, yes. One may smile and be a villain. Forsooth, 'twas I, Shamspear, did have a roomful of the sweet fuel given. That's right, fellow jurors, don't forget, this man is a rotten thief! I haven't forgotten. Kept all that about the ice coins a tidy secret, didn't you? You should have just owned up sooner. Arrest him, I say. Arrest him at once. And let him feel the sting of my in my tail. Oh, indeed. By dint of vile and cowardly means have I plotted to further mine own ends, I confess. Thou wouldst not pardon my sins, of that I'm sure. If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here? Cowards die many times before their deaths. And for a coward such as I, death be well deserved. But would it that a great would it that a still greater crime passeth unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of farther east than Verona did contrive to poison me.
Objection.
But there was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that. What the defense would assert as an inconsistently will quickly be cleared up by the witness's testimony. Is that not so, Mr. Shamspear? Verily, my liege, I would most gladly speak. Well, fucking... Okay, what possible bullshit could we come up with now? Let the witness testify to explain this inconsistency. Tell the court why it is that poison apparently entered your body, though none was found in the tea. I'm just gonna say, given the handprints that are on the wall here, it could be that the material used to protect Mr. Natsume from the back shots that were given to Mr. William Shamspear during the debate about Romeo and Juliet and things getting passionate could have contained trace amounts of strychnine in it, maybe that led to his poisoning. So if you check, then maybe that's what makes sense here. I mean, okay. The Japanese man did come to my chamber with a tea brewed in a pot. 'Twas in my cup alone that wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Whilst feigning distraction in our debate, ne'er did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of ice. Thus, 'tis no surprise that poison be not found in the tea I did pour into the mounds of soap. The poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. Normally, a normal way for poison to be administered in my experience. Okay. Otherwise, it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance. But there was no poison bottle found at the scene. Because, quite simply, the Nepalese took the bottle back to his own room. The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide. Ugh, I knew that. By now, it should be perfectly clear, a bar or two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accused's hands. Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I, Shamspear, be a common thief of gas. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen. Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause. I have naught to lose. Well, I do declare I like these two. I kind of ship them. Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord. Yeah, shut up. Hold it. I understand that you were already acquainted with Mr. Natsume. Is that correct? I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Do I know thee? Do I not know thee? Methinks 'tis all I... Okay. Thou must learn the English tongue, afore thou turns thy hand to lawyering. I'm gonna kill this guy. I did, but I must have missed the archaic Elizabethan lecture. Verily, and in truth, 'twas a fine flavored brew, though a drop of poison did barb its sweetness, as the thorn doth barb the sweet rose. That, dear friends, be the simple truth. Listen to Mr. Shamsphere. He seems in even better form than he was yesterday. Either that, or I'm in worse form. That fated evening, after I did dine at Grubb's Grubbery, a local alehouse of good rapport. I hope she's in the fucking stands. Please be in the stands, girl. Please be in the stands. Please be in the stands. Naught did pass my lips but the tainted black tea. But behold, the poison was not in the tea at first. 'Twas in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured in his wicked poison.
Hold it!
Are you saying you saw the moment the poison was added to your tea? To have witnessed the act and drank the tea, thou dost describe the actions of a fool. Okay. But no one likes going thirsty, do they? Sooner would I die quenched than parched. Would I have the choice? Actually, on the night in question, the water main was frozen, I believe, wasn't it? Were it not for the tea, in sooth, I would sooner have died frozen than quenched or parched. Right, no ice coins means no heating. The witness had more than one brush with death on the night in question, it would seem. Remind the court, Mr. Shamsphere, as to whether the accused drank any of the tea which he brought with him. Interesting. While it's feigning distraction in our debate. What the fuck does N.E. apostrophe never did a drop of his own past his... Okay.
Hold it!
But the teacup Mr. Natsume drank was found completely empty at the scene. And let's not forget the defendant's maximum. Drink tea while it's hot. I did gulp from the poisoned cup that night, and mine in agony did I wreath uncontrolled. In fits of pain, I did knock the fellow's cup, and its contents spilt as blood from a gaping wound, methinks. What the fuck? In fits of pain, did I not... Wait. In fits of pain, I did knock the fellow's cup, and its contents split as blood from a gaping wound, methinks. Woo! Oh my god. Whew. I promise you, I graduated college. Though certainly, 'twas after I had made the coins of ice from his tea. An upset cup was found on the table that the victim was slumped over. There is no contradiction here. It's true, there was no tea left in either cup that we found at the scene. But still, something about the statement is troubling me. Yes, of course, I know what it is. It's the maxim. No, it's not that. No. Thank you, witness. Now reiterate for the court what it is that occupied you after your guest had left and before you drank your tea. Why does that seem wrong? Well, feigning distraction in our debate never did a drop past his lips. Is there anything I can do to prove that? Isn't that what this is? While feigning distraction in our debate, never did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. There's no tea ring. I mean, I'll listen to the rest. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coin. A tea that remained in his cup? Tea that remained in his cup? There is no tea that remained in his cup. Okay.
Hold it!
Yeah, so you could cheat the gas company, in fact. Is that right? To cheat or to die. 'Tis life's only choice. Yes. Faith. To cheat would be the right choice, and mine occupation is be not an ugly one. Prithee, dost thou not see the beauty in the simplicity of the ruse? No, I don't. And to be very sure, sir, once this trial is over, Altman Gas will take you to the task over this. Legal task. Get him! I shall not run. I shall not hide. Sooth, I say. Wait, sooth to say, I have nowhere to run nor hide. But my lady. Well, what would thou, what? But lady, what wouldst thou with this pitiful prayer? Oh, I'll tell you what I'd like to do with you. Starting with that shoddy shirt on your back. 'Tis time for a Shakespeare dance. What a harsh world we live in. Oh my god. Okay, I'm screenshotting. This is good. I'm saving this. What a harsh world we live in. Ain't that right, girl? Oh my god. That's good. The thieving of gas was addressed in yesterday's proceedings. The prosecution calls on the defense to not muddy the waters with irrelevancy. Consider that a warning, counsel. Yes, my lord. Why am I the only one in trouble here? Shamspeare, after the accused returned to his own lodgings, he used his tea to make your coins. Is that correct? To cheat or to die? I did make my choice many moons ago.
Hold it!
If, having made your, having first made your special coins, it was after 2 in the morning when you collapsed, that would mean you can't have drunk any tea yourself until around that time. Once ensnared by literary debate, naught else be found in the furrows of the mind. The debate about Romeo and Juliet, you mean? And who was stronger of the two? Rightly, did I pay no heed to the tea as I wrestled with the abominable fellow. I don't remember debates like that when I was studying. Are you suggesting that neither of you actually drank the tea whilst it was hot in that evening? My lord, would thou be privy to some Shakespearean wisdom? Husband, wife, and tea. What? Husband, wife, and tea ought to be... God, what? Husband, wife, and tea ought I tepid be? Yes, so very true. Everyone has different preferences when it comes to tea. I think you might have interpreted that wrongly. No poison in Soseki-san's tea. I think that's a lie, given this, right?
Objection!
chop logic? What? Can somebody tell me what chop logic is? Chop logic? Chop logic? What is chop logic? Juno, when he gets fucking awful Emma skins and rivals? Like, what is chop logic? What could that possibly mean? Can somebody tell me? Thank you. Logic that is chopped. Oh, okay. 2 key cuts from the scene, one used by the victim and one used by the defendant, have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible truth. Incontrovertible. Argue in a tiresome, pedantic way. Quibble, I see. Look inside the cup. Yeah, okay, yeah. Is it that dramatic? It's right there. Is this really that dramatic? Okay, like, girl, what the fuck? I mean, yeah, like... Are you lying? Are you lying? Get the... Oh?
Objection!
As a rule, I fill my child Hallis up to 7 times during only one trial. You might want to keep that information to yourself. Yeah, on occasion, tedium distracts me and I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry. Your drinking habits are fascinating but irrelevant. On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory. To William Shakespeare. Yes? Though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice from leftover tea in the accused cup, could it be that you were perhaps mistaken? Could it be that, yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene? A fact that vanished from your memory until now. What the fuck is going on? What kind of... The teapot? What kind of... I mean, I guess you'd be defending your client, right? Like, I mean, sure. Who is meowing outside? Who is meowing outside? Girl, it's fucking February 19th. Okay, what the fuck? It's too early to be in heat. What the fuck? What are you meowing about? What? You better get the fuck somewhere on. Hello? Faith, my liege, thou art a magician, for verily 'tis a thought thou hast seen with thine own eyes that night. Are you serious? Uh-huh. Right.
Objection.
And you just suddenly remember now that you made a mistake before? Are we supposed to believe that?
Objection!
People's memories are imperfect, my learned friend. Which is why we rely on evidence instead. So, but in any case, it makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us 2 things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only. And secondly, that this spoiled cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that have bewitched this court. What? Furthermore, the testimony remains valid until in full support of the established facts. In other words, the inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist. Am I supposed to be shitting my pants? What is this? You better not recoil. What does this mean then? It means nothing. It means there's no issue with the Gassie's testimony. Apart from the get. Are you serious? Are y'all serious? My lords, ladies, and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear, after I did dine at Grubb's Grubbery Ale House that night, naught did pass my lips, but the black tea giveth by the Japanese, whose back be stooped as low as death. And on what did you dine, sir? Why, I did partake of my favorites. A broth as would is be called soup, and a leaf that would is to be called a salad. What the fuck? An insoluble. What in the world? A what? Oh my god. Insalubrious? Is that what this is? Insalubrious?
Insalubrious.
Okay, insalubrious. Especially of a climate or locality not salubrious, unhealthy. A poor area of insalubrious hotels. Jesus. As insalubrious a menu as the establishment where it was served. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hi, Austin. But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment 'tis seen to fit to swerve a wicked thief of gas, but I pray ye wise and noble fellows, never forget the simple truth. That be one thing, and this be another. Jurors all, your humble servant Shakespeare doth entreat you. Punish the Japanese fellow for his sins. My lord. If I may speak, my lord. Are we really gonna do this now? No. Can we get to the bit? I have all this other evidence that I'm trying to get to, okay? Can we like hurry up? Yeah. Like just do it. Oh my god. We all know the waif there was making coins of ice to keep himself warm. But this lawyer lad says if he's stealing gas, he deserves a dose of poison, eh? He's been leading us up the garden path. That's what he's been doing. I've really never said anything like that. But what we just heard from the victim there has opened our eyes again. We have reached a decision this time, and we won't be swayed from it. Oh my. You guys cannot be serious. Are you guys for real? It was one cross-examination. It just happened. This is so absurd.
Guilty.
Oh my.
Guilty. 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 Guilty.
You people are so stupid. I cannot. Is this what happened like election day? Like 2 years ago? What the fuck? What is this? It just happened. Oh my. Oh, happy day. This is insane. How is this? That's what I'm saying, bro. How would you get? It's been like 5 minutes. Just like Jesus Christ. Like seriously, we just got here, dude. Okay. I'm a man of logic, me, and having considered all the evidence, the defendant must be logically guilty. I do agree that gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying. The stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal, gas is. Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes. Truth be told, what the fuck does this have to do with... Okay. Truth be told, the tea my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy at times. If nothing else passed the victim's lip that night, there was no other explanation, is there? I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas and its supply has influenced decisions somewhat. Well, gee willikers, what do you think about that, Judge? I don't know. Maybe something is flawed about the system. I don't know. But never mind. No, you really should mind. The truth is, our kind of argument wasn't as unassailable as we had hoped. And Mr. Shamspeare was poisoned. There can be no doubt of that. Then how are we supposed to turn this around? I think we need to establish the method by which Shamspeare was actually poisoned. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly. But that is surely almost impossible at this stage. Well, is it? I think it's because he's old and senile. I really don't have a lot of evidence here, do I? How did he get poisoned? And why does he have a fork? What's in his hat? If we don't manage it though, Mr. Natsume will be found guilty. Alright, let's see what everyone has to say. I'm gonna do this in my order. I'm gonna kill you, big dog. You keep standing back there, okay? I'm gonna make sure you fucking perish, alright? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You. You mean it's poisoned? That's right. It happened a tidy few times now. This is most troubling indeed. It's always days like this one when I don't get any wages. I get in at tea time, see? And I see her doing it, my wife. She gets that devilish look on her face, and she slips some white powder into my cup. And you drink it anyway? I was brought up pauper, I was. If someone gives you a cuppa, you drink it. And what happened to you? What did it taste like? It was god awful. Believe you me, salty as hell. She put salt in your... Then I think perhaps what your wife put in your tea was salt. No! So, she doesn't even care enough to poison me properly, eh? Unbelievable. Let's move on, please. You. Does that mean that if the victim could be shown to have ingested something else, you would change your leaning? Sorry, what was that now? Oh, I was just saying, if the victim did actually eat or drink something else on that night. What's the matter with you? Sorry? I said, if nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there was no other explanation, is there? But didn't he go out to eat? Yeah. Haven't you been listening to me at all? I feel like there's an English expression about a pot and a kettle that's appropriate here. Compared to the other jurors who don't even appear to have anything about the case at all, it would seem that the elderly gentleman has been listening to the proceedings far more intently. You know what? You know what sounds like the most fun job? Seriously, I'm serious. You know what seems like the most fun job? The most fun job would have to be that person who like slips little hints by like making the text a different color in video games. You know what I mean? They do a little Kamala shh when they're trying to like give you, like, you know what I mean? They're not trying to tell you the answer, but they give you a little like italics, you know what I mean? A little bit of like a little yellow text, you know what I mean? A little orange. They'll never get this because, yeah, I don't know what this means. This elderly gentleman has been listening to the proceedings. Okay. And what about it? You know what I mean? Like, what about that? What do you want me to do about that? I suppose the trouble is he has selective hearing. Exactly, but still, the juror may well be the key to the breakthrough we so desperately needs. Well, that's the thing. Like, if his autopsy report says could he have had leftovers from the restaurant he visited? But oh my god, I don't know what else he could have eaten. I have absolutely no idea how it did happen. Mr. Naruhado, I wonder if perhaps there's something you might have forgotten. Oh, like what? It's important to watch everyone involved and pursue people if they react to something someone else says. I feel like Miss Lady would react to the price of gas. You.
Hold it!
Think of the injustice. Air is gas, and air is free. Why should element gas cost money? It makes my blood boil. I can feel myself become more ruthless than ever. This isn't the time or the place to be ruthless either. If I might interject here. Yes, madam? It seems my fellow juror takes issue with the price of our company charges for gas. But it's precisely because of thieves like this man that the cost goes up. Oh, what a beastly man. That unkept mustache, those hunched shoulders, poisoning tea and stealing gas, utterly unforgivable. Excuse me? Is she are these people? Anyway, I've quite made up my mind. It's as made up as the price of gas. What the fuck? There is another method of poisoning. Let's talk about it.
Hold it!
Can we talk about the poison rather than the gas? Yeah. If you like. I mean, to be honest, I take poison over gas every time. You take poison? Well, what I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, does it? Goodness me, what are you talking about? Set him straight, please, lawyer man. Well, it's certainly true that poison isn't prone to exploding. But I think you'll find that poison can't light or heat up a room. Young lawyer man. Yes? You have a good head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you as our company's legal representative. Well, I wasn't expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial, that's for sure. Anyway, the point is, I haven't had the best experience with gas companies in the past.
Hold it!
There is an all-out attack underway here, in case you haven't noticed, against my company's gas. And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so. She's really buzzing now. All I've heard about our wonderful fuel is explosions and poisonings. What about electricity, What about getting electrocuted? What about that? A little explosion here and there is nothing in comparison. Hi, Udon. Any explosion could hardly be described as nothing, madam. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable. My point exactly, but the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know. More devious? Who, madam? Other gas companies, of course. Other gas companies? Interesting. We generate gas and deliver it to our customers fair and square. Indeed, nobody's questioning that, madam. Alamont is an exemplary gas company. But there are other unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas at all. What? But if they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people? You're gonna have something to say, aren't you? You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see, and sell that. They steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing possible? Gas companies like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But these deviants reprobates, they secretly disconnect our pipes and divert gas into their own rotten pipes. Then they make a contact with the household supplied by these pipes and take the money of the precious gas for the precious gas that's rightfully ours without us even knowing. So they're diverting gas into their own pipes illegally. What a brazen form of theft. When we visit customers' houses to collect money from their meters, we always have to check whether or not one of these devious companies has been up to its tricks. Excuse me! You!
Excuse me!
Do you have something to say about that, Jura 3? Oh golly, you mean me? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself. I really did catch him off guard there. Thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, correct? Well, yes. I just got a little riled about it recently, you see. Go on. An Altman gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipe work. We need to ask for your cooperation while you carry out a secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. So I let him in. And you know what he did? I'm afraid I have no idea. Please tell us. He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall. Then he grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it. What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets there. Oh, please. Everybody knows. But it was very nearly the death of me, I can tell you. What do you mean? I'll explain, if you don't mind. As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connect their customers to our pipe network. Yes, but how does blowing into the pipes come into it? Obviously, there's gas in the pipes, and it's a fairly low pressure. By blowing air through the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you do that, any lights connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment. In other words, if upon blowing into the pipe, the lights of an adjacent property that has no contract with your company flicker, you can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes. Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. It's the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker. The trouble is, the particular worker who came by my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe with all of his might, and you can guess what happened, can't you? Well, if he blew hard, then... Wait, you mean... That's right, the lights didn't just flicker. They went out, along with the stove. Gas started pouring into the house. What a disaster. The gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because the man blew too hard, so the flames went out. I'm afraid I yelled at the fellow. Are you trying to kill us all? I said. So by disconnecting a lamp and blowing into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish flames on stove connected to the same network of pipes.
Oh no!
I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened to him. He wasn't going for the painting, he was going for the lamp. And then when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room. Mr. Naruhado, I think perhaps... Yes, this is almost certainly the clue that we've been hoping for. Juror number 3, the defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information. Oh, well, if you like, I don't mind. Well, I do. That's our company's secret method of identifying the rogues that try to diddle us. Like I said, madam, it's widely known already. Very well, juror number 3. You will amend your statement accordingly. Yes, my lord. I mean, I guess I might as well press him too. All the floors are connected to the same pipe after all. That's true of every building. Because gas supply contracts are issued for whole properties. Interesting. I had no idea that it was possible to extinguish gas appliances simply by blowing down the pipe. It's not something we like to publicize, to be honest. But we have to carry out these investigations. As I'm sure you can appreciate. Indeed. It has been mentioned on more than one occasion in the papers, even. Is that so? It's been mentioned to me, too, recently. An incident involving the gas stove going out inexplicably, almost leading to somebody's death. Mr. Naruhado, I think perhaps... Yes, it's finally starting to fall into place. The secret link that joins all of these strange occurrences. This is going out on a limb, but
Objection.
juror number 6. Did you hear what the juror number 3 said? What? Yes, of course. I heard him mumbling about something or other. Okay. There is another explanation here, I believe. Something besides Mr. Natsume's tea did, in a manner of speaking, pass the victim's lips on the night in question. What? What explanation? I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene to see if there were any traces of poison there? I was curious to see what your floundering would result in this time. But the mouth of a gas pipe? Scotland Yard has enough to do without exploring such irrelevance. What a piece of work. Is a man. What are you trying to say, Mr. Shakespeare? What speakest thou? Prithee, is it not strange and strange? That is what I say to thee, sir. I thought I had been quite clear, but let me put it another way. The strychnine could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds into the wall lamp in your room. And that is how the poison came to enter your body. Okay, but why would it be... What? Are they tasty then? Wait, don't gag him! Wait, what the fuck? Don't gag him! What? Wait. Are they tasty then? Gas pipes? Is that what he's saying? What is this sassy remark? What? Or is the gentleman suggesting that the poor man was so desperately hungry that he tried to fill his belly with gas? Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him, For shame, madam. Speaking thy fancy, I assure you, I'm not such a buffoon that I have to kiss pipes.
Objection.
This is no summation examination. This is a farce. The prosecution will not stand for any more of my learned Nepalese friend's conjecture. How do you keep getting those? To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall. In order to have been placed, to place his lips on the pipe that feeds, he would have had to have been a contortionist. These empty assertions. There's no possible proof that the man did as you say. I disagree. It's true, I have no proof that Mr. Shakespeare put his lips on the pipe. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, Mr. Shakespeare has been doing something in front of the lamp on his wall. And I have the evidence to prove it. Alright, you've got my attention, lad. I'd like to see how you can be so sure of yourself. So would I. Let's see this evidence then. Now that I've got the jury's ear, I need to make this opportunity count. Backshots, Your Honor. This is the proof, time and time again, that Mr. Shakespeare stood in front of the gas lamp. As you can see, the cum stain. Sorry. What the? These are, wait, what are they called? Yes, skin prints that were found at the scene. Skin prints, counsel? I've never heard of such things. The Justice Ministry is currently assessing whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however. My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. I'm about to hear the loudest objection of my life. It reveals all of the places that Mr. Shakespeare touched in his room. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, isn't it? Well, if anyone could invent something like this, it's that great Sholmes fellow, that's for sure. I agree. This month's edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating. We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes. However, Mr. Shakespeare also appears to have been touching some very unexpected places in his room. For example, here. Around the hanging picture there, indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible. Well, I wonder, could he have been appreciating the artwork, perhaps? At first, my colleagues and I thought the same. However, imagine standing with your own hands where these prints are, and you'd find yourself directly in front of... I don't believe it. The gas lamp. Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shansphere has been regularly standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp. Right. What have you been up to, you nut? I'd like to ask the court to recall juror number 4's earlier statement. Me? What did I say? You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker. And now, if you recall juror number 3's statement, what, me now? When the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force in the pipe, it caused all the lights and stoves to go out, and the gas to start leaking into the rooms. Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is, if Mr. Shansphere were to have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room, he could have extinguished every other light gas stove in the building at will. Are you suggesting that the man purposely caused the gas
Objection!
to... Oh my God, how do you keep getting these? Whilst I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during a summation examination, I must toast to my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law. What the fuck is the meaning of this, Lord Van Zieks? This curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by the defense, this so-called skin prints, clearly that cannot be accepted as any form of useful... Okay! But it's an exciting new forensic technique developed by a great detective. It's nothing. A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands. Certainly, even research on this nature by the esteemed Mr. Sholmes cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence.
Hold it!
Please, my lord, if I may. Mr. Sato? It was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wished to present the results of the great detective's investigation of the scene as a tool by which to explain a possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. And if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we can allow that to happen, and I'm sure the jurors would agree. You're right. Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide. Damn, she ate that. Oh my God. Oh, whoa. Why did she control it for a second there? Whoa. She went executive. Oh my God. She went corporate. Oh my God. Damn. Ooh. Wow. What is the matter with you two? That was foolhardy. Well, I did say it, didn't I? And I don't like to break a promise. No, wait. You heard his lordship. Oop. Let's go! Oh, well done, Mr. Naruto. Is this game serious? Would you still pass down judgment even though the scales are even? This is such a fucking waste of time. What are you talking about? Oh, I need one more. Okay, well, it'd be in the best interest of Miss Lady to change her mind. Yeah, you ate that. Like, that was actually insane. That's one of the best things you've ever done. Just one more juror, Mr. Naruto. You can do it. She needs to be fucking locking in. This is like, what? She's the one who has the stake in this. So, like, what is she doing? Hello? She needs to speak up. Hmm.
Hold it!
Hmm. Hmm. Even if he'll have been up to some mischief with the gas pipe dozens of times before, it doesn't mean he got up to the same shenanigans tonight in question, does it? Hmm. If you can't make your case better than that, I'm afraid I can change my stance. Okay, but he's right. Hmm.
2 more and I get a free waffle cone. Mm.
Just stopping by to say hi before I go to bed. Good night, TTT.
Good night, Plumber. Have a wonderful little sweepy. Thank you for the 32, by the way. I appreciate it. Look, you've got your chance here, haven't you? So it's time to prove your theory. If you and your Japanese cohorts can, that is. If we can't substantiate our position, I'm afraid the jurors have changed their minds before may very well change them back. I do have supporting testimony. I have what Mr. Garadev said.
Take that!
Wait, what the fuck? Did I lie? A witness who spoke about the gas of the night in question. Who spoke? Was it not him? I thought he talked to me about it. I mean, I have this Natsume, who slept in the cold. I mean, okay, oops.
Hold it!
I could have sworn that dude was watching his lights, but sure.
Take that!
The defendant. At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following. My lodgings. There have been a whole series of strange happening in my lodgings. Oh, testimony. Okay, in court. Never mind. Yeah, that makes more sense. Even on that fateful night it happened, when I returned from Mr. Shanspeare's room, I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me. On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out, so I asked the court, was it a mere coincidence or not? To hold your horses there, what would he do that for? Mr. Foreman, what is it, man? We cannot allow judgment to be passed while this doubt remains. It is true that I don't have any conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree that there is more to this case than meets the eye. Fair enough. Like I said at the outset, I'm a man of logic, first and foremost. Mr. William Shakespeare, my lord, how can thy humble Shakespeare serve thee? What say you in response to the various revelations made during this summation examination? Oh God, so God bend me, so I do solemnly swear. I recall aught of either the lamp or the pipe, but your handprints have made a tidy mess all over the wall there. How do you explain that? I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already. Juror number 5. As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective's toy has no place in a British court of law. As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains, at this time, unestablished conjecture. You would all do well to remember that.
Objection.
But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the pipe feeding that lamp to Mr. Shakespeare's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there,
Objection.
what appears to be extremely simple is my Nepalese friend's mind. You will recall that in order to check the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of the tea were required. Yes. Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if the poison were to be spread on the pipe, it would had to be completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible. Are you serious? In any case, counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you described. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the pipework where he lived? I mean, there's only one possibility that I can think of.
2 more and I get a free waffle cone.
And that
Colon
is...
closing parenthesis.
Hi, Young Q. Thank you for the 14. I appreciate it. I'm about to convict somebody. I'm about to accuse somebody of murder. I mean... Are you serious? Order, order, order! Counsel, precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end? The answer couldn't be simpler. Now that we've unraveled the mystery so far, Mr. Shakespeare wanted to end the life of...
Take that!
If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing. I live around those parts myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lit is pretty much suicide. You'd freeze to death in no time. Mr. Garadev, the landlord, has a large fireplace in the part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shakespeare was trying to end. Outrageous. I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. It's he's the victim who the man was trying to murder.
Objection.
The accused is actually the aggrieved? Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of this case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here. What? How can you still claim that? Let us indulge your fantasies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe. The question then arises, who put it there? Who did put it there? The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill. Yes, that wouldn't... What the fuck? This... It's like the prosecutors are like... Honestly, the prosecutors to me are more like defenders than the defense attorneys. You know what I mean? How do they keep coming up with bullshit? What are you talking about? I know this guy likes to kill other people, so I put poison on the lip of the... What? If the assailant were unaware how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison? So now we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shakespeare's murderous designs? You mean to suggest, naturally, the sole possible to the answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could have possibly known. What? In other words, the person who put the poison on the gas pipe and what was a clear retaliatory attack can only have been the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume. Whatever Mr. William Shakespeare may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack. And the only person who could have possibly perpetuated the attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume. The defense counsel's theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Would you not agree, my Japanese friend? Get up! Where's Sholmes when I need him? How did he manage to turn it around on me so rapidly? Mr. Naruhado, you must respond. Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leanings against us again. And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage. What advantage? Well, it would seem that somebody put poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shakespeare's room. So we must name that person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt. You mean the true culprit? I would assume the landlord. I would assume the landlord. As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. I mean, honestly, I don't know. The guy on the right did die. The guy on the right did die.
Objection!
That's what I'm assuming. There was one other person who I believe could have been involved in all of this. The true culprit of this crime. The true culprit? A term found only in second-rate novels featuring the third-rate great detective and Ebony's friend. But why not? This farce has gone on so far along already, I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax. Thank you. Tell us, my learned Japanese friend, what is your latest theory? Who is the so-called true culprit of this crime? Oh, I hate to do this, but I think it might be you, buddy, because you're the one who knows how the mechanisms work, and you might have a stake in it because this guy died in your apartment, and so maybe you did it because you think it was a preventive measure to make sure that what happened to this guy doesn't happen again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say John Garadeb.
Take that!
Wait, really? Am I a liar? Wait, what? Am I a liar? Concentrate? Who else the fuck would it be? You haven't gone in there. It can't be you. He wouldn't poison himself. He's never been in the house. Well, who the fuck got who was in the room? He wouldn't poison him. Who? Did he ever go? Oh, could it have been him? He did check the meter, didn't he? No way. What is it? No, really? I suppose. This doesn't make any sense. I actually don't, I'm not confident in this at all. Who's connected to the previous tenant that died? Are you serious? No way. No! But how did she get in there? How could she have been in? Okay, well, there is the letter, at least. How did she even get up there? I don't even know. Like, it could have been her because she had a reason, because she might have thought it was him that, like, it was Shanspear that killed her fiance. So she had a stake in it. It could have been him because gas stuff. Are you serious? I really don't want to fucking present this. This is such a fucking sham, dude. This is ridiculous. I don't want to. I don't want to. I think it could be. Am I gonna take her ass to court? No. Is she even tall enough to reach it? This is so absurd to me. I don't like this.
Take that!
Olive green? How? How did she even reach? She's like 2'2". How would she even reach? You're joking. Olive, wait. No, this doesn't make any sense. How would she even reach up here? There is a little box. Oh, she could have used her brush. No, no, no. No, no, the poison. No, no. Unfortunately, it kind of makes sense. Because the same toxin that killed the rat, it's rat poison. Did she fucking put rat poison on the... What? Did she put rat poison on... No. This is completely absurd. She did not use rat poison to paint the lamp with... She didn't use her paintbrushes. No, she didn't. What? Yes. I might Kate Marsh. I might die. This is pissing me off. When? When would she have done this? When? Well, does she know? Did Did somebody tip her off? Like, how did she, like... She did not. Stop. No. How? Why? When? This is so absurd to me. How could I possibly make this assertion? What? You're telling me that Olive Green went into Mr. Shansphere's room, somehow knew how the lamp worked, and decided to use her paintbrush to paint rat poison on the lip of the thing to prove that this does not sound insane to literally anybody else. Like, this does not sound like this sounds like such bullshit. This sounds completely absurd. I feel like we skipped a step here. This, like, how did we get here? I can't even read. Like, how do we even fucking get here? How? The only thing that connects her to that room is this. Okay, this is completely ridiculous to me, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with it, okay? Let's just say what the hell sure and see what he has to say. Because yes, the motive is there. The motive is absolutely there, 100%. The motive is so there. But how would she have known? How did she get in there? How would she have known? How would she have reached it? Why did she get rat poison? How did she do it without him knowing? Like, there's just so many questions. How could this possibly be substantiated? Okay, let's see. All right, fine. Olive Green? She wasn't conscious, so on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible, but still. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in the hospital yesterday, and we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison. Good gracious, she had poison? And there was another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she be brought into the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court. Tell me, Mr. Shansphere. My lord, pray, what be thy bidding? Are you acquainted with Miss Green? No, never heard of her. That's a lie. Judging by the look on Mr. Shansphere's face, I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her, at least not by name. As the voice of Her Majesty Prosecutions here, I adhere to my word. We will see my learned Nepentese friend's farce through to its conclusion. Why? I'm sorry, am I just like, what is going on? Why would you do that? Why? This is so absurd to me. Why would he even be, okay, listen to me. Why would he just kill him? Kill him. Why would you allow this? Is he dumb? I mean, no, because like, yeah, the truth. But is he stupid? Like, what? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? He's honorable. He's racist. You can't be honorable and racist. What? Like, why is he letting him do this? No. What? Oh my. I appreciate that. What? The prosecution requires a short subpoena the witness. Are you serious? This does not make any sense. This, okay. Oh my God. Okay, fine. I will just keep going with it. What? I'm pretty dependent and his culpability to remain on the sole. Wait, sorry. I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Yeah, which is why I'm wondering why the fuck we're even doing this. This is another tangent. Like, why would we do this? Are we? How did this even happen? To be considered. Okay, you know what? I'm really just gonna say that this is the most utter ridiculous thing I have seen, I think, so far. It's been a long time, but this does not make any sense. And we get out of some shitty situations, like genuinely, we really do get out of some shitty situations, and it's really impressive. But seriously, this makes no sense to me. How do we even get here? What? No, seriously, isn't this absurd? Like, what? What? Okay, what? This woman... Oh my God. Oh my God. I have theories how it could happen, and I can very well easily see it being her. That's not the problem. The problem is like... What? Like, why is he letting us, like, what? Yes, like, why? You want me to go get somebody who just came out of a coma 3 days ago, like yesterday, to come back to court because I think that somehow she put poison on the lamp, whenever the fuck, and that's the reason why, what's his name got poisoned, Shamspear got poisoned, and yeah, she had poison, she had access to it. Sholmes has the bottle of poison that she had, the rat poison, so that would be the source, right? If there is a motive, but again, like, how in the world did he allow this? Can somebody help me here? Because I'm kind of just like, this one seems a little unearned. This one seems a little like, okay, you're kind of pushing it, buddy. I mean, you always push it in Ace Attorney games, but this one is like, okay, like, what do you mean that when I've tried to weasel myself out of things, you've tried to like smush me, like, and cut my head off, but this time he's like, okay, sure, whatever. Why? like what? Okay, sure, whatever. Let's go. What are we gonna do for our recess? I better see Sholmes here, and he better tell him he better bring that poison with him. I'm not reading those. It's possible that he's curious what other reasons you have to connect her to the case. There you are. Oh my god. I still like this is still so bullshit to me. Like I think it has something to do with this. I was determined that today would be the day. As sleep seduced me last night, I thought, tomorrow for once, I shall not oversleep. I'll rise early and be present to support my companions. Such spiritual determination has a beauty of its own, does it not? Yes, I agree. I said I was gonna stream on time today, but I got tired or I was distracted playing another game or something. But my spirited determination has a beauty all of its own, does it not? Right, I agree. Oh yes, see, Susato, I knew you were a real one. See, that's what I'm talking about, see? And then I began to muse on the subject. Why do people oversleep, I queried. Why time after time do they make the same foolish blunder? And the answer came to me at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep because they sleep. Well, is that not an astute insight into the matter? Right, yes. Upon rich realization, I attempted an experiment. I didn't sleep a wink at all last night. And the results... By first light, I was exhausted and began to be assailed in fits of drowsiness. Shocking. And so the conclusion of last night's experiment is this. A good night's sleep is quite simply essential. Who here can agree with that? Who here agrees that a good night's sleep is essential? Can we get a round of applause in the chat, please? A round of applause, everyone, please. I agree with that. I agree with such a notion. I like that. Who likes a good round of sleep? Who likes sleep? Let's get some sleep. I mean, let's get a nappy pooing. Hold on, wait. We'll take a shower. All right, let's get our nightcap on. Okay, get some oatmeal. Some warm tea. And get a good night's sleep. I mean, okay. You guys do sleep for 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours, right? 6 to 8 hours, right? All of you do on a regular basis, right? I do. It's at all different times of the day, but I do. You do that too, right? Because sleep is important, right? Oh. How can we sleep with your fuck-ass stream schedule? oh, well, you know, I should just be an augmentation. You know, I should augment your life. You know what I mean? I shouldn't take away from your sleep. You know what I mean? I honestly, I'm being serious. I would love if you got sleep, then watch me. You know, it would be detrimental for my viewership, and you know, it would leave me poor. You know, like, you know, and dying. But I want you to live prosperously. So if you need to go to sleep, then go to sleep. It's okay. I'll hate you, but like, yeah, like, go to sleep. Go right ahead. Yes, I think most of us probably knew that already. What other what others presuppose by I prove by experimentation? That, my dear fellow, is the scientific method. Wait a minute. Have you fallen asleep to my streams before? Really? That must be entertaining, because if you fall asleep with me on, it could be chill or whatever, and then something will happen and it'll just like break out in fucking cold sweat because you just hear like and you just wake up. Like, I don't know how you do this. Like, ow. It's peaceful when it's been HSR story. Oh my god, do you fall asleep to me doing quests? Me too. Shut up, that's so funny. Wait a minute, I never even thought about that. I've fallen asleep on stream doing stupid Hoyo quests. How many other people have also fallen asleep on stream while I do Hoyo quests? Or you being in an outrage about how the case is going? Well, I mean, you know. Yes, of course. It's the poison that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday. Oh, you didn't manage to. It was a laborious task, as the bottle was nearly empty, but such inconveniences do not hinder Sholmes. I managed to confirm that it contained strychnine, so I was right. Perhaps. Though, of course, such circumstantial evidence does not prove Miss Green's guilt. I shall leave the bottle in your care for now. But licking the inside of the neck is not recommended. Oh no, I saw the message, don't worry. Could I have a word? If I held a vial of poison like this, I feel like that one stupid clip of Kim's mom with the gun with that awful fucking music. Where's that? Where's it at? Kim mom gun. Where the fuck is it? Where is it? Kris Jenner gun. Yes, where's it at? Wait, where's the stupid... what the fuck? Where is it? Here it is. Gay reactions. Kris Jenner holding gun. My bad. Hello. Gregson, how good of you to come. Forget it. Excuse me. Oh. Allow she instinctively flinches away from the person. Yeah, you. Wait a minute, Inspector. I don't wish to make a nuisance of myself. From the look on your face, I'd say it's someone else who you think is making a nuisance of himself. My dear Inspector, please speak freely. Pretend that I'm not here. Believe me, if I could do that, life would be a whole lot simpler for me. Do you have the results, Inspector, of the investigation of Mr. Shanspeare's room? Yeah. Do you have the case files? Not yet. It shouldn't be long now, though. No, I'm here about something else. That dead convict, actually. Oh, you mean the man from the newspaper article we discovered yesterday in Mr. Shanspeare's room? A man by the name of, yes, Selden. I went through the archives at the yard and dug out the fellow's file. There's something in there that, well, it caught my eye. Something caught your eye? What, Inspector? What? I've copied out the relevant parts for you, so you can read it for yourselves. Thank you. These documents. Let's see. Investigative findings related to Selden. 18 counts of burglary, 6 counts of suspected murder, died of natural causes while in prison. His final moments witnessed by his cellmate. The estimated 1,000 pounds worth of loot he stole remain uncovered. Condemned criminal dies of
2
natural...
more and I get a free waffle cone.
Oh my god. Thank you, Austin. Thanks for the 13. I appreciate it. I'm sure that will help in the ad situation. Thank you. But anyway, yes. Manchester's Strange Ways Prison announced the death of convicted murderer and burglar Selden by natural causes in the early hours of this morning. He had been suffering with fever since the end of October. Alerted by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, the medical staff arrived to find him already dead before capital punishment could be carried out. What does this help me about? You're the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm just making sure things get handled in the proper fashion. Oh, Scotland Yard's workings are so wonderful. Indeed, my dear fellows, and the inspector here is a shining diamond in its crown. A shining diamond in the rough, maybe. Look, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all. Has it been an hour? It's been an hour? We've been talking to you for like 10 minutes. Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest from the public gallery. Not nodding off at all. Certainly not. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm rather tired of seeing Mr. Mustache in floods of tears, personally. So best of luck to you. Welcome, student, Mr. Naruhito Esquire. Yes, Mr. Natsume? It's time, isn't it? Yes, this is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shanspeare. This is going to be the final battle. I hope it is. This case needs to be done. I won't really have saved Mr. Soseki-san until I have exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. But it's all coming to a head now. You can do it, Ryunosuke. You have to. The cellmate that was with the dude was the cellmate was Green's fiance, and the loot was in his room probably somewhere, and or something, or maybe Shanspeare was the dude's cellmate and knew about the loot and knows that it's in that room and he really wants access to that room, and he's putting on a facade. And the reason why he's trying to gas Natsume out of the room is because he wants access to it, so we can move into it and find the loot and get rich because he's poor and doesn't have any income. But maybe he tried to get the previous tenant, the fiance dude, out of the way because he had the room first. So we tried to make force vacancy by making the room too cold, so we accidentally killed him. So he accidentally killed him so he could get access to the room and find the hidden loot that was found. That he believes is in Ross's room. Because didn't he also live in Garadev's lodgings too? The prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to this amateur newcomer from dubious eastern shores. Thank you, I guess. She almost killed herself, by the way. Do you understand this? Like, this is pissing me off. If we walked in 10 seconds later, she would be dead, by the way. And we would have no... Oh my god. Currently unemployed, in other words. I'm Olive Green. I'm a fledgling artist. Well, no. Not a fledgling, really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit she has no talent, I suppose. Also currently unemployed, in other words. What a... what coterie. What a coterie. You're aware of the reason you've been summoned to this courtroom today, I presume. Yes, the officer did explain. He said I poisoned. That is ridiculous, buffoon. And do you accept the charge, Miss Green? I don't know anything about any poisoning. And I don't know anything about this man. Come, lady. Die to live. Verily, I know not thy prickly, pea-pigmented personage. Very well, let us proceed with the matter at hand. That being, to ascertain whether or not Miss Green has any involvement in this affair. Oh, yes, you do. It's very strange indeed. Why would you suspect me? I barely even go to the East End anyway. It just so happens that I passed that neighborhood 6 days ago, that's all. And on the night that this man was poisoned, I was still in the hospital fighting for my life. Yes, having been so unfortunately caught up in the incident on the street outside Mr. Garadev's household. An incident that rendered you unconscious for some 3 days. I was struck in the middle of my back by a knife through no fault of my own, and now I'm under suspicion. What other irrelevant things might I be suspected of? It's all very disturbing. Your energies may be better spent worrying about the random knife attacks I feel, Miss Green. At this point in time, all that appears to connect you with Mr. Shanspeare's lodgings is the Briar Road incident 6 days ago. That is why we would like you to testify now about exactly what happened. Oh no. The incident 6 days ago? You mean you want me to relive that awful incident? Unfortunately, yes. Please tell the court what happened that day. And of course, we will be interested to hear from you about your movements that day too, Mr. Shanspeare. But what happened 6 days ago is nothing to do with me at all with being poisoned. Let us proceed then. The witnesses will present their formal testimony to the court on the subject of the incident that took place on Briar Road the evening of the 17th of February. It was 6 days ago at 5 p.m. I was walking in the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Coincidentally, it had been just outside the house where the man, in this case, have their lodging, or the men in the case have their lodgings. I was at the tavern on the eve which thou speaketh, for I bespoke my supper. It was the first time I'd been in the area. I had little to attend to, that's all. A little matter to attend to, that's all. I was admitted straight to the hospital, so I knew nothing about the business. Meanwhile, you say you were not in your room, Mr. Shanspeare? I don't know, buddy.
Hold it!
Why would you have been walking in the middle of East End? It's because, oh yes, of course. I thought it'd make a nice picture. You liar. Right. A student of art, switty-dealing artists cannot paint all grand urban vistas. Right. I happen to like the crumbling look of that part of town. Perhaps quaint would have been a less grating term.
Hold it!
Watery soup and mushy peas. Or rather, soupy water and pea like mush. Ew! All equally appetizing. I just wanted to try some water in a different pub for once. What's wrong with that? Oh. Hmm. Why would he go somewhere like that? Interesting. Weren't they gonna meet up anyway? Do I have any evidence about that day? I mean, I think we do. Could it be this?
Take that!
Okay, am I gonna take the L? Okay, fine. Never mind. I wonder if there isn't perhaps some evidence that would explain. I mean, there was a note that was in her room that talked about it, right? And that note matches, right? Okay, maybe we could get to that note later on. Maybe I just don't have the evidence now.
Hold it!
Mm-hmm. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. What does that matter? This has no... Oh.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to share? Yeah, what's going on? To be or not to be? That is the question. Pray forgive me. The great bard's words springeth from within me, with never a thought. Don't tell me it's because you're possessed by Shakespeare's spirit, right? Hearing Mr. Green or Miss Green's words a moment ago seemed to make you think of something. Something of relevance, perhaps? Huh? Well, nay, sire. 'Twas nothing at all. Presumably, you know the name, though. Mr. Duncan Ross, I mean? After all, you were both lodgers in the same house. I would it were so, but sadly, nay. Lodging can be a lonely occupation, sire. My lodging fellows be rarely known to me. So you haven't heard of him, even though he passed away in the room just one floor above yours? Miss Green. Me, my lord? What have I done something wrong? The card that was mentioned before, containing the note, do you have it upon your person? I do, yes, but I don't need it anymore. In fact, I should throw it away, really. Before you dispose of it, the court will take it as evidence, please. Thank you! That's exactly what I needed. Thank you! Mm-hmm. 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 This is exactly what I needed. Thank you. Yep, that's exactly what I, yep.
Take that!
I believe this card reveals the answer. Good lord. Miss Green's card, you mean? That's right, my lord. It reads, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. Don't tell anybody about this letter or the meeting. It's a matter of utmost importance. Mr. Shansphere, your actions on the afternoon of Miss Green's stabbing are exactly as described in this note. Personally, I find it hard to believe that that's a coincidence. Don't you, Mr. Shansphere? Well... Excuse me. Can I say something? Yes, Miss Green? That card was delivered to me. It doesn't have anything to do with this odd man, does it? Well, you'd think so, yes, but it's hard to believe it's merely... My lord, may I? May you what, Miss Green? I'd like to make something very clear about that card. Very well then, you may amend your testimony to include details about this particular note. This note was delivered to me at my address. It's nothing to do with this odd man next to me here. I mean... The fact that he brought up how weird him going there was shows Zeke's probably is starting to suspect him too. Interesting. But what's hit them off?
Hold it!
A friend of mine. He attended the same art school as I do. He passed away in a tragic accident a month ago, though. I wasn't sure what to make of that note, to be honest. But in the end, I decided to go. So you found out what the information was? No, because I got stabbed. Of course I did it. You're not thinking straight. She never made it to the meeting. I disagree.
Objection!
The day before the incident, exactly 1 week ago, this note was delivered to your address. Upon carrying out the instructions in the note, you found yourself in the hospital. Yes, I did. It's terrible. Everything that's happened to me. Yes, it is terrible. If that's all true, that is. What do you mean? Miss Green, have a look at this, please. It's the torn up end of an envelope. Oh, is it? And it just so happens that it fits together perfectly with the envelope that you received. Where did you find that? In Mr. Shansphere's room. In my room? Mr. Shansphere, do you perhaps remember this note from somewhere? Well... Your actions that afternoon follow the instructions in the note to the letter. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th, and that's exactly where you went. Let me ask you again, Mr. Shansphere. You already knew about this note, didn't you? And you, Miss Green. What did I do? As this torn up end of the envelope proves, the note was originally in Mr. Shansphere's room. So how was it that it came to be in your possession? I don't have the first idea. I'm just a fledgling artist after all. There is only one explanation. You broke into Mr. Shansphere's room and stole it. You did what? Thou did what? You broke into... I mean, thou were in my room? What on earth? do you want with me? It would seem that both witnesses need to testify again. Ugh. Miss Green. Yes? While it's to have the court's sympathy, I'm sure, for the suffering you have endured in the recent events, anyone to be found giving false testimony in a court of law will be duly punished. Please bear that in mind. Yes, I know. Very well then, witnesses. You will give formal testimony again now. On a subject. Y'all need to stop fucking lying. Okay, honestly? Like, seriously? 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 Like, where do you get off? You just lied. Like, you just made that up. You just made that up. Like, you think we're just here to fucking waste time? Are you like, do you think we're just here to fucking do nothing and waste time? We have jobs. We have stuff to do. We have lives. And you're just making shit up. That was all so blatantly untrue. It's insane. Yeah, let's talk about this note, buddy. Uh-huh. I do remember now. 'Twas a week ago, per adventure, that note was delivered unto me. On that day, writ therein, I did tarry a long hour at the Slug Salad, yet nobody came. Thereafter, on the evening I shared the company of the Japanese fellow, I did see the note had vanished. I do not know what you mean. You think I snuck into this man's room, do you? Why would I? I can point out the villain here, and as far as that torn off piece of envelope, I don't know anything about it. You now claim to have received this letter from... Wait. You now claim to have received this letter, do you, Mr. Shakespeare? Faith, 'tis so, my lord. And I would swear to have it set upon the table in my humble lodgings. Yet, 'tis clear to me now that since I returned from the tavern that night, I have not laid eyes upon it. Well, that being the case, young lady, it would appear that your testimony was a lie. Is that what you think? How unfair of you to think that I'm the one lying. I beg your pardon? I'm just a fledgling artist, like I said, and fledgling artists don't lie. That note was delivered to me at my address. Besides, we all know who the liar around here is. If that's true, Miss Green, how do you explain the facts? This part of the envelope was, without question, found in Mr. Shakespeare's room. I don't see why I should explain. Sorry? I'm a fledgling artist. My job here is just to say what happened, that's all. It's your job to give the explanations and the proofs. You, the fledgling lawyer. The fledgling will do his best. Evidently, my learned friend's cross-examination is our only hope of learning the truth. Well, counsel? I'm ready, my lord. Why did she? This is giving Edelgard. Why do you kill in retaliation? Like, like, isn't it your job to fucking tell the truth? Like, are you serious? No, it's just tell me the truth. Isn't it your job to find my lies? No, tell me the truth. Oh my God. Oh my God. Miss Green clearly did break into the room. There's no question of that. And that's how she acquired the note. Yes, two facts are starting to lead me to a possible explanation for all of this. And it's not a pretty one. Yeah, shut up. Hmm. Uh-huh. Hmm. Hmm.
Hold it!
Even after waiting an hour, nobody appeared. Yeah, because she got stabbed. I was not alone that night, that's all I can tell, my lord. Interesting. Water. I see. Flies. And the name of Beelzebub. What were they? Fairies, perchance, from a Midsummer's Night Dream. Come to haunt me? What the fuck is he talking about? Flies. What are flies doing around in the dead of winter? What are flies doing around in the dead of winter? And Great Britain? When there's no, like, heating and air. I mean, there is, like, heat, but, like, are you serious? Flies? A fly is sustaining in these in this climate? Are you sure? Okay. When was the last time y'all saw a fly? Well, besides anyone who lives in Florida.
Hold it!
Actually, that's a good question. When was the last time I saw a fly? That's actually a good question. Huh. Oh god. I guess it's been like, yeah, months since I've seen a fly. Oh my god. That's interesting to think about. Misunderstanding. That key is really important. You have so far failed to give a satisfactory explanation as to how you came by the note. I'm not here to advocate for your defense, madam. I won't tolerate inconsistencies in your story. You would do well to remember that. Oh, dearie me. What is he getting at? I mean, I can think of a reason why.
Hold it!
I can't think of any way that could have happened except you breaking into Mr. Shakespeare's lodgings. But for what reason would the witness have done that? I won't deny that Miss Green's possession of the note would appear to defy logic. However, until and unless her involvement in this case can be proven in some other way, any further pursuit of this note is meaningless. Mrs. Green could only have come to be in possession of this note by stealing it from Mr. Shakespeare's room. And yet, there's no obvious reason why she would have done such a thing. What if there was some other reason she broke into his lodging, so... Yes, we should pursue that idea. We're close now. I can feel it. Hi, Ben.
Hold it!
Uh-huh. You don't want to tell me the truth. I'm a fledgling artist, remember? Artists are nearly always introverted characters. Introverted? Fie. This fledgling doth really readily cast aspirations. Oh my god. No. Fuck.
Aspersion.
Aspersion. An attack on the reputation or integrity of someone or something. I don't think anyone was casting aspersions on you. It's a noun? An attack on the reputation or integrity of someone or something. Interesting. Okay. I'm sorry, this dude's dialogue fucks me. Like, like seriously? I am an angel, a seraph. Birds do harmonize with my song. The wind doth frolic on my wing. Oh pity, wherefore dost thou accuse one so pure of heart, ample woman? Pure of heart? I don't think so. Even a fledgling like me can see you're a failure. Be nice! Tragedy, thou shalt not know the heart of a true artist until thine instruction, hereafter by death. Oh my god, be nice! Oh my god! Oh the days, oh the years, alas to enlighten thee, thou must wait so long and in vain. Why would I? Why would I? Is this the photograph? Why would I? Do I want to present this? Why would I? Why would I? Why would I? Am I really gonna present this? Alas, we don't know why he has this picture, so I'm gonna present it.
Objection!
It was wrong! Ugh! Why would I? Why would you go in this room to get it? Why would you go in this room? I don't know what to present. Oh god, is it the poison? Because you're the one who thinks, like, you think that he killed him? Like, Am I really just gonna keep on throwing evidence? Oh my god. I get it. I just don't know which one to like to throw it at. Fine, I'll allow it.
Objection.
Yesterday at the hospital, we saw you with this bottle. And though the contents spilled during the course of our meeting, a small quantity remained. According to the defense's independent analysis, the liquid that was still in the bottle was identified as strychnine. What? Strychnine? The very same poison that afflicted Mr. Shakespeare. Miss Green, you broke into this man's lodgings for one reason and one reason alone. To cover the end of the pipe that feeds the gas lamp of Mr. Shakespeare's room with poison. Can this be? You broke into my room to, you know, I know why. It's because she wanted to prevent something like this from happening again and to confirm her suspicions. That he killed him. It may seem incredible to the court, but from the remaining clues, there was only one logical conclusion that we can reach. The person who attempted to take Mr. Shakespeare's life with poison was you, Miss Olive Green. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh! Girl, get up! Order, order, order! Counsel, are you seriously suggesting this woman put poison at the end of the gas pipe with the intent to kill? Yes, my lord. There is no other way to explain the facts. But if Miss Green did indeed set this odious trap 6 days ago, and the victim had put his mouth on the pipe that very evening as expected, the attempted murder would have happened 6 days ago, surely? Well, that's a very good point. Perhaps not, my lord. I beg your pardon? There was a significant police presence in the area that evening on account of the incident on Briar Road. Local residents were being interviewed throughout the night as part of the ongoing inquiry. A circumspect criminal would likely have chosen to not carry out any wrongdoings at that time. Lord Van Zieks? And of course, the following morning, there was more activity at Mr. Shakespeare's address. More activity? Yes. You mean his fellow lodger, Mr. Natsume, being arrested on suspicion of murder. That's right. And as the defense has already proposed, Mr. Shakespeare was meddling with the gas in the pipe for a very sinister reason himself. To cause the gas stove in Mr. Natsume's room to go out, thereby asphyxiating the occupant. But once Mr. Natsume had been arrested, his room was under constant surveillance by the police. In the circumstances, Mr. Shakespeare had no reason to blow air into the gas pipe. His intended victim being in a prison cell. With the need to tamper with the gas removed, the poison on the pipe lay dormant. And then, 3 days ago now, the situation changed again. Right, Mr. Natsume's trial, which took place here at the Old Bailey, came to an end. The trial in which the man stood accused of stabbing Miss Green in the back, but was duly acquitted. That resulted in Mr. Natsume returning to his lodgings for the first time in 2 days. And that very night, his gas stove mysteriously went out and Mr. Shakespeare was mysteriously poisoned. In conclusion, the poison that was present on the mouth of the gas pipe had been put there by the victim in the victim's room some 4 days earlier. With that new understanding, it becomes clear that this letter was all part of the plan. What plan? The court will recall that the note gave instructions to visit the Slug and Salad at 5 o'clock, and that the recipient should tell nobody else. The reason for these instructions are now clear: to ensure that the lodger would not be home at the stated time. To make sure I wasn't home. Exactly. While you were out, Miss Green could safely slip into your room, knowing that she wouldn't be disturbed. You mean to say the letter was written by Miss Green? Yes. In order to cover her tracks, she took it away with her when she left. Just after she smeared poison over the mouth of the gas pipe in your room. Is there a hold it here? Order, order. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Just who are you? Why did you try to kill me? Miss Green's motive should be obvious. It's all tied up with someone whose name we've heard several times already during the course of this trial. So, that's what's behind all this. You will share your apparent understanding with the court, please, counsel. Which person is behind this woman's motive on the attack of the victim's life?
Take that!
Duncan Ross. That's right. Before the defendant, Mr. Natsume, took up residence in the lodgings at Mr. Garadeb's, somebody else was renting the room. Mr. Duncan Ross. I knew I'd heard the name somewhere else. It was all over the papers a month ago. When the man died in a strange circumstance at the haunted lodgings. That does ring a bell. Oh yes, of course, I remember now. The young man they claimed was strangled by the convict's curse or something such. Sadly, my lord, it wasn't a curse of any kind, nor was it an accident. The man died as a result of Mr. Shakespeare blowing into the gas pipe and causing gas to leak into the room. It was a murder, plain and simple. Well, what do you know? The world is so unfair. Curses, curious deaths, that's all people care about. If it's an interesting story, they want to know. It doesn't cross their minds that real people are involved. And once they're bored, just 1 month later, once the story has lost its appeal, everyone's forgotten him. You mean Duncan was... Mr. Ross was Miss Green's fiancé. Fiancé? You may not have known until now who Miss Green really is, Mr. Shakespeare. But she's known exactly who you are all along, because you're her sworn enemy, the murderer who took the life of the man she was to marry. Marry? Miss Green, is it not the case that in order to exact revenge on Mr. Shakespeare, you smeared poison on the end of the gas pipe? This is all quite extraordinary. Am I correct in my understanding that you now accuse both parties, counsel? Each on different counts of murder? Yes, my lord, that's correct.
Objection!
And hailing so deeply, it appears that my fledgling learned friend has taken in a lungful of dubious gas that's causing his judgment to be clouded. What? Why would Mr. Shakespeare have wanted to kill these lodgers, as you say? You have completely failed to provide a motive to substantiate your accusation against the man. Yes, that's right, Mr. Reaper, my liege. I have been slighted. 'Tis lies, all lies. I deny every utterance. And you'll have to forgive me, Mr. Naruhodo, sir. But I don't intend to admit to anything either. Miss Green, I'm sure you'll think I'm being very rude, but I'm not going to be sent to the gallows for the likes of this scoundrel.
Objection!
But you broke into the man's room. If you didn't do it to smear poison on the pipe, what was your reason? I thought I'd have a look around, that's all. So, like, I had some cookies in my cookie jar. My 4-year-old nephew. And there's nobody else in the house except me and you. And yet all of the cookies are missing from my cookie jar. So what's been going on? Like, where did my cookies go? Do you have any idea what happened to my cookies? I just think like maybe you ate them, you know, maybe you did. I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry? You're right. I suspected him. So I thought I might perhaps have some evidence or something in his room. I might find some evidence in his room. Evidence that it was him who took Duncan's life. Oh vileness, oh villainy, oh tyranny, oh rotundity of woman. But in any case, whenever I left my room, I do turn the key in the lock. The whole place is falling apart. The locks on the doors are no different. Duncan showed me once how to unlock the door with some turns and a piece of wire. Oh awfulness, oh artfulness, oh tyranny, oh profanity of woman. We will consider your trespassing on some future occasion. But for now, tell the court what you found, what evidence your search revealed. Well, I spotted the note that sent him lying on the floor. When I went to pick it up, I noticed something. One of the floorboards was loose, and underneath it, I discovered a secret hiding place. Yes, we also discovered the hiding place. Okay, I kind of said that wrong, but sorry. Inside, we found a newspaper cutting, a photograph, and an empty tin box. Yes. Well, the thing is, when I found it, the box wasn't empty. What? There was something in it. Yes. It was this key. This rather nice key. What are you doing with that? I knew it! Why did he... Wait. Why did he... My Torterra from Sinnoh. Oh my god. What the fuck? What the fuck is that one Pokemon? The Ultra Beast? The Glutton one? What is it called? What is it called? Guzzlord. Guzzlord Cry. Let's see, what do we got here? Is it okay? No, it just yells like that for some reason. There's one where he just like falls down a cliff or something. It's so funny. Oh my god, I wish I found, oh god, I wish I could find it. There's like a clip where he just like falls down or something. He gets like attacked and he like falls. Here it is, here it is. Here it is, here it is, here it is, oh my god. What the? Every ounce of color has drained from his face. Give it here. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. It's mine. I inherited it. What was that, witness? What did you just say? You inherited it? No, What's all this about? He inherited the key. It was obviously important to you since you've gone through such great lengths to hide it, so I took it. I don't know what it was for, but you took something precious from me, so I took something precious from you. So what if it means you can't open something now? I don't care. Give it back this instant. Give it to me! Calm yourself, witness. So Mr. Shakespeare has tried, and in one case succeeded, to take the life of 2 lodgers now. Yes, his motive for doing so is the key to everything that's happened. It's true that there appears to be no motive to support the accusation against Mr. Shakespeare at first, but considering everything we now know, I think there's actually something that could explain it. What? This is gonna be a stretch. I need to recall every piece of evidence at our disposal, everything we've seen and heard, because I'm sure that I just caught a glimpse of the link that runs through all of these events. In that case, counsel, I must demand that you present your evidence to the court in support of your claim. What is it that you say can explain the motivation for Mr. Shakespeare's alleged crimes? Oh god, this is gonna be a stretch, but I'm gonna say, unfortunately, it might be this.
Take that!
That's an official police report, is it not? The Selden file. How did you get a hold of that? Selden? Uh-oh. The now sadly deceased Mr. Ross and the defendant, Mr. Natsume, have only one thing linking them. The fact that they had lodgings in the same room. Well, yes, we know this certainly. A room that was formerly occupied by Selden, until that is, he was arrested by Scotland Yard for his involvement in multiple burglaries. I see. And it just so happens that the convict Selden left behind one very substantial mystery when he died. Some 1,000 pounds worth of loot that he stole, which has yet remains to be found. Yes, of course. It's all coming back to me now. It's written in this file here. 1,000 pounds lost en route to hell. That was how the paper summed it up. And it seems that one particular fellow inmate was with the convict in his final moments. It's not hard to imagine Selden entrusting that inmate with his most closely guarded secret, the location of the stolen loot, and perhaps a key to unlock whatever container that the valuables were in. Oh my god, this gagged look. Look, tab in, look at him. Look at this. Oh my god! Like this gagged look! Oh my god! Oh, you're going to jail, buddy. I'm taking a screenshot. This is good. Oh, you're done. You're done. It's over. Sorry, bud. You mean this key is... Mr. Shakespeare, it was you, wasn't it? You were at the capital offender's side when he died, were you not? What are you talking about? Tis a false charge, I tell you. A false charge. The name of the inmate who was with Selden at his death isn't noted in this file, but a simple telegram to the prison where he died would quickly tell us how false the charge really is. Ugh. But even if it's true, why would the man be so intent on killing every subsequent occupant of the convict's lodgings? There's only one explanation for that, my lord. It was in that very room that Selden hid his loot. So, it all comes out. Yes, and having established that, all of Mr. Shanspeare's subsequent actions start to make perfect sense. When he was let out of prison following Selden's death, he made immediately for Mr. Garadev's lodgings in hope of renting Selden's old room. However, the retired army man was unable to offer him the accommodation of his choice because Selden's old room had already been let to somebody else, Mr. Duncan Ross, which is why Mr. Shanspeare subsequently devised his gas-based plot to kill the occupant of the room, and when he was successful, presumably intended to inquire about switching into the newly vacant room. However, a certain jittery someone had beaten him to it. Mr. Soseki Natsume, the defendant of this case no less. So you decided to use the ploy with the gas again, didn't you, Mr. Shanspeare? This time to oust Mr. Natsume. All for one simple and fuck me. Avaricious?
Avaricious.
Avaricious, having or showing an extreme greed for wealth or material gain. Avaricious corporate bosses looking to maximize profits. To get your hands on the 1,000 pounds of loot left behind by the dead convict. Why are they still on not guilty or on guilty? Looks like I'm gonna snuff it before they get to the stretch me neck. What? Listen, I want you to have me loot anything to stop the coppers from getting their miffs on it. It's all hidden in the room where I was lodging when they got me. Here, this is the key to it. Take it. Always stay one step ahead, mate. See you in hell, I guess. Shanspeare. It's mine. What'd he just say? Miss Green, you need to leave. Miss Green? Bailiff, can we get her out of here quick? Oh my god. Miss Green, run! It's mine. That loot is mine. It's all lies. I don't accept any of it. Why should I? After all, you don't have a shred of evidence. You can't prove I killed that fellow. Poor souls, I'm the victim here, remember? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? If I don't admit to it, there's nothing you can do. Oh my god. You can't arrest me for the time being anyway. Verily, you can't arrest the victim, can you? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? I am so close. I just need a few more hours. I swore to myself that I'd get my hands on it, and I can almost taste it now. Do you really think I'd give up? There's no question in my mind now. This man is guilty through and through. But he seems so utterly intoxicated by the idea of that loot. I'm afraid that however hard you press him, he'll never admit what he's done, Mr. Naruhodo. There is a way. Pardon? There is one way I can finish him. No. He's already committed the most heinous crimes to get his hands on that loot, which means all we need to do is find it first. A fine plan, were it not for the fact that the police thoroughly searched the room following the death of Mr. Ross. If it's there at all, it must be very well hidden. Without conclusive evidence, I certainly cannot rule. If only If only there was some way we could find the convict's loot quickly. I know what we could do. Does anyone else know that we could do? I know what we can do. Does anyone else have any theories about what we could do? Also, that's a lot of inflation. Holy shit. I know way. Well, I mean, I think somebody has an idea of what we could do. My lord. Yes, counsel? The defense would like to make a proposal about how to find the late convict's hidden loot. I believe we are already in possession of something that may give us a clue as to its whereabouts. It's our last chance, so it has to be worth a gamble. Besides, we've used the same technique once already, and it definitely paid off then. Very well, counsel. Let's hear your idea. What do you propose we can use in order to locate the hiding place of the deceased convict's haul? All we have to do is just use this.
Take that!
If I'm not mistaken, those are Mr. Shakespeare's handprints all over the walls on his lodgings. That's right, my lord. Exposed as a result of the defense's independent investigation of the scene. Based on the wonderful new discovery in the field of forensic science by the great detective, Mr. Sholmes. A great detective? Is that some kind of joke? This guy has so many animations. Look at him. You're so smug. You are like, what do you think you're gonna get away with this? Why is he looking at me like that? You think you like, oh, how dare you? Excuse me? Do you really think I'm gonna get daunted by a man with such a ridiculous title? I think the great bard ought to recognize the title when he hears one, Mr. Shamspear. Perhaps we should compete for the honor of most ridiculous title. 'Tis Herlock Sholmes himself. What are you doing here, great detective? Your usual haunts are the filthy back streets of the capital, are they not? Mr. Reaper, it's been too long, and I see your complexion has worsened since the last we met. Mr. Sholmes, he does know Lord Ventique then. Well, enough to say something like that in any case. Mr. Sholmes, though you may be heralded as a great detective by the population at large, that does not give you the right to come and go in my courtroom as you see fit. If I may, my lord, Mr. Sholmes' newly developed scientific method has helped us uncover vital clues in this case already. Clues, you say? I call them skin prints, my lord. My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny. It's the method by which we are able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities. You only need a small sample of something the individual has previously touched to make an indicator solution. In your case, sir, I used the teacup you've been holding. Elementary. So now, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? What am I to use as a sample to make an indicator solution this time? Thank you for offering to help, Mr. Sholmes. When the convict was arrested, he was living in what is now Mr. Sokuseki-san's room. We need a sample of something to help locate Selden's loot that's hidden in his room. What form will the sample take? The key, right? It would be the key, right?
Take that!
Miss Green. Me? What do you want with me? I need that key. Yeah, I need that, please. Thank you. Sorry? That key belonged to Selden. There will be remnants of secretions from the man's skin on its surface that we can use. Very true. That is the sample we need. Using it, we can create the indicator solution required for Mr. Sholm's skin print seeker. And find out exactly what Selden touched in that room he used to rent. Mr. Shanspeare, as one great to another, I assure you, if the Lake Convicts Hall is hidden somewhere in that former lodging, and its former lodgings, I shall uncover it in no more than 30 minutes. So, Mr. Shanspeare, the truth is well within our grasp now, and as such, you will never get your hands on Selden's stolen wealth. In that case, I'll gladly let Mr. Sholmes have this key. No, give the key to me. The detective shan't have it. It's over, Mr. Shanspeare. No. No. You're out of options now. There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt. Whoa. Oh, shameful spar, despair. Be thy name. Oh. You better change those fucking verdicts in the back. I can't believe that woman just sat there. Yeah. What's the sob story, buddy? Let's hear it. I never intended to kill the man. I just wanted to drive him out of the room, that's all. So you'd have time to find the convict's haul of stolen goods? Yet after you'd killed the young man, you still didn't move into the room. I asked the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him, but he refused. Why? I was 3 months behind with the rent, for one thing. Oh, that's actually like... that is... Okay, that's funny and sad. Oh. Okay, that's a little... Oh, poor thing. No, maybe he couldn't find work because he was an ex-convict. No. Mr. Garrett really has a lot to put up with. And he had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards, putting the room out of action for a while. And then this Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign the new lease. Poor Mr. Natsume, what an unfortunate timing. Then, 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road, when the Japanese fellow got himself arrested, I thought I'd finally have my chance. But it wasn't to be. No, the scene was sealed off and guarded by the police night and day. And if I remember rightly, Mr. Sholmes spent the whole day in there reading books. I couldn't even enter the room, let alone search for the loot. Which is funny because there was an opening the whole time. Because the cat is able to like go from one room into the other. So perhaps it's in that area where the cat goes between both rooms. Which is why, on the day Mr. Natsume was acquitted and returned to his room, you once again tried your trick of blowing air into the gas pipe that feeds the stove into his room. Unbeknownst to you, however, that action would lead you to an unknown deadly trap. You gotta admit too, girl. William Shanspeare. How does it go? To be or not to be, that is the question. From Shakespeare's Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. Well, let me tell you, in your case, it's not to be. That is the answer. You deserve to die for what you've done. Wow. I was not expecting this from her. Like 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 what did you say?
What did you say?
Are they both? Well, at first, I really did think it was all just a terrible accident. I'll never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died. The gas supply in my new lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive. The gas supply? Yes. The stove always seems to go out in the middle of the night for some reason. That's no joke. They say it's the convict's curse. Oh, Duncan, please. Don't stay there. I don't care how cheap it is. Alright then. If it's that important to you, I'll start looking for a new place. There are spare rooms at my house. Why don't you leave that horrible room tonight? No, I'd better not. We said we'd wait until we graduated before we told our parents, remember? But that was the last time we ever spoke. That very night, he fell victim to the gas. If only I'd known it was going to happen, I'd have insisted he left that horrible room that instant. But instead, all I've been left with is bitter regret. I stopped going to school, but something kept drawing me back to the house on Briar Road. I saw a stooped, Eastern-looking man with a mustache coming out of the house one day when I was there. He walked up the road to Grubb's Grubbery for some food, so I followed him and sat myself down next to him. He had some watery-looking soup and started to pick a quarrel with the publisher. That place is cursed, I tell you, cursed. The ghost of that convict who used to live there is trying to suffocate me. I wake up in the middle of the night, freezing to death because my stove has gone out. The room is full of gas, and I can hardly breathe. But the pipes have been checked. No problem.
Take a guess.
TGT Gannon, thanks for the rate. That's so sweet. Welcome, everybody. But the pipes have been checked. No problem there. It's like I'm the problem. That's what they're thinking. But how could that be? Duncan was gone, and now this man had almost suffered the same fate. Could it really be a curse? Then I remembered a rumor I'd heard about how the gas companies go around investigating the gas installations. And thank you for the follow. That's sweet. A rumor? You mean the rumor that they were talking about on the board? Yes, everybody heard the stories, it seems, about how they go around checking the pipes. How anything connected to the gas can be extinguished by blowing air into the pipework. That's when it started. A little flicker of doubt in the back of my mind that just wouldn't go away. Was it really an accident, though? Once I had the idea, it wouldn't leave me alone. It plagued me night and day. So I bought this at one of the black markets in the East End. A black market? I'd never been. I just heard people talk about them. And you really can buy anything you can think of there. In some ways, being able to get my hands on this so easily made me even more determined. I had to find out, one way or another, was Duncan's death an accident, or was it murder? And your chosen method for establishing the truth was simple, but highly effective. Smear poison on the gas pipe you suspected the man of tampering with, and wait. If Mr. Shakespeare was innocent, nothing would come of what you've done. But if he was guilty, he would pay for his crimes dearly. I found out the name of the man I suspected, William Shakespeare, and then I wrote him this little note. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It's a matter of utmost importance. If he had done it, I knew that would worry him enough to... If he had done it, I knew that would worry him enough so he'd be sure to go. So I waited to see if it worked. And of course, Mr. Shanspeare followed the instructions to the letter. I worked out where the gas pipe was straight away, so I smeared a good amount of poison I'd bought all around the mouth of the pipe. All the time praying that the devil's work wouldn't be done, and it was some kind of wild fantasy. Actually, no. All the time praying that the devil's work would be done, and the culprit would get his just desserts. Oh. Again, she almost killed herself, by the way. "3 days ago, when you were first stood in the dock before me, this whole affair seemed relatively straightforward. Yes, my lord. I certainly never imagined the depths of depravity that would subsequently find lurking behind the scenes. It has been a long road, my Nepentese friend. Oh, yes. And one I certainly didn't envisage walking with you. Nevertheless, together we had reached the light at the end of the tunnel, as it were. Miss Green." "Yes, my lord?" "You will henceforth be stripped of your freedom as punishment for the attempted murder of Mr. William Shanspeare." "Yes, I know." "And you, Mr. Shanspeare, you will be tried for the murder of Duncan Ross in cold blood, and the subsequent attempted murder of Mr. Soseki Natsume here present." Wait a minute. Isn't there a weird, like... Wait, isn't there a weird... No? Okay. Mr. Naruhado? Yes? Yesterday, at the hospital, when you and your friends stopped me from ending your life by drinking what was left of the poison bottle, I wasn't myself. I can't even really remember what was going through my mind. To be or not to be, I suppose. That's a question that's so hard to answer, it seems. Well, personally, I'm glad you're being here, Mr. Green. Oh, and I'd like to believe that it's a blessing Mr. Shanspeare didn't die when he ingested the poison. For your sake, at the very least. That's a good thing. Because of you, I chose life, not death. And now, you've made the truth come out at last. Really, I can't thank you enough. Aww. 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 Oh, Miss Green. Mr. Soseki Natsume. Yes, my lord? The court declares that you are exonerated from all blame in this matter. Accordingly, I would call upon the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to present a verdict of not guilty. We are in full agreement, my lord. In that case, I hereby declare the defendant... Fireworks? What the fuck? Court is adjourned. Let's play a mirage. Let's eat. Oh, yes. Yes, at last. Divine justice duly done. Divine justice? My dear fellow, if there were any divine justice in this world, you would shave that mustache. Oh my god! Oh my god! Tell that to Mew. I'm kidding. No, this has nothing to do with my mustache. Some say that a luxuriant mustache is a sign of physical prowess, Mr. Jones. Welcome, student doctor. I'm kidding! I'm kidding! I'm kidding! I'm kidding! I'm kidding! Once again, you saved me from doom. I'm very happy to have helped, Mr. Natsume. Congratulations on your acquittal. You're second in almost as many days. I was first acquainted with and gained the affection for English literature while it's in our great homeland empire. And then, by a twist of fate, I was brought to the land that bore the fruit of that literature. Only, the city of bricks and mortar became my prison. Try as I might, I never found my feet here. In the end, I confined myself to my room and lived life through friendly old books. You had such a difficult time, haven't you? But a week ago, I dragged you out of that dark and dingy room of yours, did I not? You did. And I've seen more of life in this week than I've had in all my years to date. And for the first time, I feel I've begun to see the true face of England that's so far been hiding from me behind the wall of fog. My dear fellow, there's nothing special about the true face of England, as you put it. Wheresoever one goes in the world, humans are human. There are few genuine differences. Yes, I think you're right. I finally started to see that. And I've come to understand something. I've worked out why I was attracted to English literature in the first place. It made me see that whatever our nationality, we humans all have the same hopes and fears. We're all just doing our best to live. Well said. I've come to feel the same way. I made a decision to go back to Japan. I'm going to cut short my study tour here and return to Japan. Yeah. I would leave too. What? Just when we become friends here in England. What a terrible shame. Oh, I know. That does tug at my heartstrings. It really does. But I've decided to take everything I've learned here in Britain and write something of my own. A novel of sorts, I suppose. Oh my, so you'll be creating your own literature, Mr. Natsume? How wonderful. Oh, well, no. I mean, I wouldn't presume to call it literature. Why not? When that is precisely the definition, Mr. Mustache. I suppose you're right, yes. It will, in a way, be literature. But as of now, all I know is that I'd like to try my hand at writing. I have no delusions of grandeur. I, for one, would love to read your works. Well, all things considered, it may be for the best. After all, you have once again emerged victorious from a battle with the Reaper. Oh, that is very true. And there is no salvation for a person in the dock when the Reaper is the prosecutor. The desire to return post-haste to the perceived safety of your homeland is one I quite understand. My goodness, yes. Faced with such a terrifying prospect. Nobody would consider that cowardly, I'm quite sure. Have you seen how the real guy looks? No. Oh my god. Are you serious? Oh my god, he died almost 100 years ago. Look at him. He's kind of cute, actually. Wait, he's actually kind of cute. Okay, wait. Okay, hold on, wait. But that's not why I'm leaving. I mean it. And that was the case we found ourselves embroiled in 6 months ago now. So Seki-san did indeed return to Japan and submitted a report about both cases to the government. It was on reading that report that Professor Mikitoba was prompted to visit the scholar. And barely any time later, so Sato-san was given the news that she must return to Japan as well, on the back of a telegram stating falsely that her father had fallen gravely ill. The only possible explanation that comes to mind is what happened after the trial on the following day. The day that we uncovered the loot hidden by the now deceased convict in his former lodgings. Oh, we're gonna find something fucking awful here. You know what always, you know what game I think had the most like core music? I actually do think it was like Apollo Justice. I think Apollo Justice's core music. Okay, so if you don't know what core music is, it's like whenever you find like, it's like whenever you find some like big fucking turbo, like awful evidence or something, or you find like a dead body, like the game like locks in. Core investigation. Wait, investigation. Core Ace Attorney. Where's it at? I mean, like the first one is like, I mean, like, yeah, we get it, like it's nice. Right, like some shit went down here. Like this is awful. This is terrible, right? That's what I mean, I don't know. There's something critical here, but at the same time, Apollo Justice. Hold on, my ass. This is my mom's necklace. But my mom's been gone for decades. So why is the necklace here? In the murderer's apartment? Why would it be here? Dead body starts dancing. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. I think there was also, hold on. Not Spirit of Justices. It was, wait. No, I think Spirit of Justice also had a good one too. Where's it at? No, where's the other one? Where's the other one? Here it is. Wait. Oh. That's enough. Anyway, what? To uncover the secret hiding place in just one day, we're gonna find something fucking awful here. I can already tell. Wasn't it supposed to take? Toby Fox worked on Toy Story 5. Wow, that's. What is he doing here? Oh, that's not good. A collar with blood on it? The emblem here. B. Why does this look familiar? Isn't this the dude? Like the dude that we saw in the first game that we first met when we got to Japan? Or when we first got here to England? He needs to stop doing this. He does this thing where he's like fun and eccentric, and then we'll find something like, hey, so what's in this file on this computer? That's enough. What the fuck? Huh? Oh, the color is drained from its face. Baby, there is no color. Uh-oh. I think that might have something to do with Iris's dad. I shall insist that you limit yourself to the first two of your titles. The second must never be written. Is that clear? Yes.
And so it was that the second of Soseki-san's cases became buried in obscurity. Now, looking back, I feel I understand. I can see why Mr. Sholmes forbade Iris from publishing the story. It would take a little longer before I saw the link between everything that had happened and would happen. For it wasn't until 2 months after the arrival of Susato-san's letter that events began to unfurl again, with an incident that took place at the very heart of the eagerly awaited Great Exhibition of London.
I'll do it later. I'll do it next time. I'll do it next time. I'll do it next time. It's fine. Yeah. Sucks, doesn't it? Doesn't it suck? Oh my God. He's on money? Oh my God. Look, he eats. Look at him. Oh my gosh. He's so cute. Oh my God. Oh, wow. He's on money. Wow. How neat. What an awesome legacy. I would hold all of my 1,000 yen bills. Look at him. Oh, the skin regimen is good too. Look at him. Hold on. Where's the blemishes? Hold on. Wait, hold on. What's the skin tear? Well, hold on. All right, hold on. Damn photographs. Ugh, history. Look at this. Ugh, it's so grainy and shitty. Ugh, how lovely. Wow. Photographs. Wow. Crazy.